Hi folks, Lily here. This video is part of a video series for you to watch with your child. In this video series, you'll learn how to put together an ingredient tasting to learn all about the different flavors and textures of the ingredients in a recipe. You'll also learn how to follow along with a recipe to make a healthy snack or meal together. If you aren't watching this video with your child, now is a great time to hit pause and go get them so you can watch the rest of this video together. Hi folks, Lily here with Spoons Across America, and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making homemade chips and salsa. Salsa is a Spanish word that simply means sauce. It is a sauce that can be found in many variations in Mexican and other Central American cooking. Now, the variation we're going to make today is similar to what you might find in a Mexican restaurant. It's super easy to make using a blender or a food processor. To go with it, we're going to make homemade baked tortilla chips. Now, most tortilla chips are fried, which makes them super delicious, but not necessarily super healthy for an everyday snack. By baking our own tortilla chips, we can make a healthier version using tortillas that you might have already in your home. All right, let's get into it. First up, we have our tasting plate. Once you've had a chance to taste a little bit of each of the ingredients, you can go ahead and read the recipe. There's two parts of this recipe, the chips and the salsa. Let's start out with the chips. The first step of making our homemade chips is preheating your oven to 350 degrees. Next, you want to line 2 cookie sheets with parchment paper. If you have non-stick cookie sheets, you can skip this step. Then, we're ready to prepare our tortillas. You want to use medium to large tortillas for this recipe. You can use plain flour, whole wheat, corn, grain-free, whatever you might have on hand or whatever you like. We're going to cut our tortillas into 8 pieces each. You can do this by doing a whole stack together or one at a time. We need 4 tortillas total. Alright, once our tortillas are cut into little pieces just like this, you can add them to one of your baking sheets. Next, we're going to drizzle them with 2 tablespoons of oil. You can use olive oil, avocado oil, whatever neutral cooking oil you have. Then you're going to use clean hands to toss them in oil. You need just a little bit of oil to help them get crispy while they bake. Once they're totally coated in oil, you're going to spread them out in an even layer on both of your baking sheets. You want to make sure that they're not on top of each other so that they can get nice and crispy in the oven. Alright, once they're in a nice even layer, wipe off your hands. And we're going to sprinkle lightly with just a little bit of salt. Alright, these are ready to go in the oven. Have an adult help you with this. Alright, we're going to bake those for 10 minutes and then we'll flip them over and finish baking them for about 10 more minutes on the other side. Alright, now while our chips are cooking, we're going to prepare our salsa. This is super simple. You're going to use a high-speed blender or a food processor, whatever you have to make it. To our blender, we're going to add 1 28-ounce can of whole peeled tomatoes with the juices drained, half a cup of onion, roughly chopped, half a cup of cilantro with the stems removed. And then half to 1 jalapeno with the seeds removed and roughly chopped. Now this is going to add spice to your salsa, so if you don't like your salsa spicy, you can leave it out completely or just add a little bit of jalapeno. Then we're going to add the juice of 1 lime, 2 cloves of garlic, peeled, and some seasoning. 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon cumin, and half a teaspoon of chili powder. This will also give a little bit of heat to your salsa, so if you don't like that, you can leave it out completely. There's lots of ways to customize the salsa to make it super spicy, just a little spicy, or however you like it. All right, we're ready to blend. Put the lid on. If you have a high-speed blender, you want to start with this on low. You want to stop it, check. You can scrape down the sides of your blender if needed. You want this to be a nice, pretty smooth consistency with everything about the same size, but you want to make sure that you still have a little bit of texture. Just like this looks perfect. You can pour it into a bowl. And it is good to go. Look how delicious that salsa looks. We'll put it aside until our chips are ready. All right, our salsa is all done and it's been about 10 minutes, so we're going to check on our chips. Take them out of the oven. Have an adult help you with this since the pans will be hot. Then you can use a pair of tongs to just flip them all over. Alright, we're going to pop them back into the oven for another 5 to 10 minutes until they're nice and golden brown, like this on both sides. Alright, it's been another few minutes and I think our chips are ready. Let's take them out of the oven. Alright, they're nice and brown on both sides and they're good to go. You want to let these chips cool completely before you eat them. Once they're all cool, you can load them up onto a plate, just like this. And enjoy them with your homemade salsa. These chips and salsa, you can certainly customize in so many different ways. You can try adding different spices to the salsa to make it more or less spicy, or add different flavors in. You can mix up your chips by trying different types of tortillas, or by sprinkling a little bit of spices on your chips before you bake them in the oven as well. This is a delicious way to turn leftover tortillas you may have around the house into tortilla chips, or to make a little bit healthier version of a favorite snack. Just take your chips, dip them in your salsa, and I'm sure you and your family will enjoy. See you next time here in my kitchen.